When you feel overlooked or overwhelmed, God still sees you clearly. Welcome to His Time 365. Today is day 168, and Psalms 67 through 69 moves from global praise to personal struggle and back to trust again. Embracing praise and perseverance, insights from Psalms 67 to 69. Have you ever felt the weight of the world pressing down on you, yet found a way to lift your spirit through praise? Today, we dive into Psalms 67 to 69, where we explore themes of worship, the longing for God's presence, and the reality of struggle. These psalms beautifully capture the human experience, intertwining joy and sorrow, and remind us of the importance of turning our hearts towards God. In Psalm 67, the psalmist opens with a powerful plea for God's blessing. It's a beautiful invocation that calls upon God to shine His face upon us. The psalmist expresses a deep desire for God's grace, not just for the people of Israel, but for all nations. This universal call for blessing is a reminder that God's love extends beyond borders. The psalmist envisions a world where praise to God flows from every corner, leading to a joyful celebration of His goodness. Let the people praise Thee, O God. Let all the people praise Thee. Psalm 67, verse 3. Imagine a family gathered around the dinner table, each member sharing something they're thankful for. This act of gratitude mirrors the psalmist's longing for collective praise. When we share our blessings, we create a sense of community and belonging. In our modern lives, we can reflect this by taking moments to express gratitude in our homes or workplaces, fostering an environment of appreciation and support. As we move to Psalm 68, the tone shifts. Here, the psalmist paints a vivid picture of God's mighty power. The psalm begins with a triumphant proclamation, "Let God arise, let His enemies be scattered." Psalm 68, 1. The imagery evokes a sense of victory, a reminder that God is a warrior who defends His people. The psalmist recalls the journey of Israel through the wilderness and how God provided for them, showing that even in the midst of trials, His presence is a source of comfort. This is an encouraging message for those facing challenges in their lives, whether it's battling mental health issues, dealing with work stress, or navigating family struggles. Just like Israel, we often feel lost or overwhelmed, but we can find solace in knowing that God walks with us. Picture someone facing a major career transition. They may feel uncertain and anxious about the future, but like the psalmist, they can remember that God is their guide, leading them through the wilderness of change. Psalm 69 takes us deeper into the psalmist's personal struggles. The cries of desperation resonate as the psalmist pleads for deliverance amid overwhelming circumstances. "I am in deep waters," they say, expressing feelings of drowning in sorrow and despair. Psalm 69, verse 1. This psalm reflects the raw emotions we all experience, those moments when life feels too heavy to bear. The psalmist's honesty is a reminder that it's okay to feel lost. It's a part of our human experience. In the midst of pain, the psalmist also holds on to hope. They ask for God's help, confident that God hears their cries. This teaches us to express our vulnerabilities openly, whether in prayer, journaling, or talking with a trusted friend. Consider the modern example of someone dealing with financial stress. They may feel like they're treading water, but by reaching out for help, they can find a way through their struggles, much like the psalmist seeks divine intervention. The concluding verses of Psalm 69 remind us that God is not only a source of comfort, but a deliverer who brings justice. The psalmist prays for their enemies, which can be a tough pill to swallow in our lives. However, it encourages us to approach our challenges with grace and forgiveness. Reflect on a workplace scenario where conflict arises. Instead of retaliation, extending kindness can lead to healing and resolution, echoing the psalmist's call for restoration. As we reflect on these psalms, let's remember that worship is a powerful tool. Whether we are celebrating victories or crying out in despair, our hearts can turn toward God. Just as the psalmist invites all nations to praise, we too can create spaces of worship in our lives. It could be through family gatherings, community events, or quiet moments of reflection. In every season, joy or sorrow, let us turn our hearts toward God, for He is our ever-present help. How can we cultivate a spirit of gratitude in our families and workplaces? In what ways do you relate to the psalmist's feelings of despair, and how do you seek God's help during tough times? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Psalms 67 through 69, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Psalms 70 through 73, so feel free to read ahead if you like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 169. Until then, stay encouraged, and thank you for giving God His time today.